Hey, what's up guys? Will here for GSM Arena. When it comes to Android flagships, Samsung and Google are some of the biggest names in the business. This year's Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra is still one of the most premium phones you can get. But the new Google Pixel 8 Pro brings a different take on the Android experience. So, which one is better? Let's put these flagships head to head and find out. The Pixel 8 Pro has the features we've come to expect from a Google phone: a stock Android software experience, powerful cameras, and lots of AI functionality. Meanwhile, the Galaxy S23 Ultra features Samsung's flavor of Android, as well as a powerful chipset, versatile cameras, and stylus support. Between the two phones, the design differs a bit. Most noticeable is the different look of the camera island. Also, the Galaxy brings this squared-off, blockier shape, and is larger and heavier. But both phones have Gorilla Glass Victus 2 on the front and back, and an aluminum frame. And both the Pixel 8 Pro and S23 Ultra are IP68 rated for dust and water resistance as well. While both phones have a large display, at 6.8 inches, the Galaxy's is slightly bigger. The difference isn't huge though. The Pixel's display is 6.7 inches and packs very similar specs. Even though the Samsung's display has an even 1440p resolution, the pixel density is about the same as the Pixel's, 500 ppi versus 489 ppi. And both phones have support for HDR10+ video, but not Dolby Vision. They also both have a smooth swiping experience thanks to the high 120Hz refresh rate, which can dial down all the way to 1Hz when idling to save energy. When it comes to maximum brightness, the Pixel has the advantage. It maxes out at around 950 nits with a manual slider, compared to 830 nits on the Galaxy. And in auto mode, the Pixel can go up to nearly 1800 nits, versus 1300 for the Samsung. The Galaxy S23 Ultra's screen is unique though. It has stylus support, plus all of the extra functionality that comes with it. Both phones have stereo speakers. The Pixel had a slightly lower score for loudness, but the sound quality is equally good on either phone. You can listen for yourself with the provided link. Both the Pixel 8 Pro and S23 Ultra are Android phones, so the software experience is similar. But the Galaxy uses Samsung's One UI, which provides plenty of custom features. Both phones are running on the newest Android 14, but the Pixel has a pure stock Android experience, as Google intended. It's not without its own custom features though. There are plenty of AI-based ones, like live translating conversations into a different language. The new Pixels supposedly support USB-C alt mode, which would allow you to mirror the screen onto an external monitor. For now though, you'd need to root the phone in order to do it. What you get on the S23 Ultra is support for DeX, which allows you to connect to an external screen, even wirelessly, and achieve a desktop-like experience. Both manufacturers have solid software support, but while Samsung will provide 5 years of updates for the S23 Ultra, Google promises 7 years for the new Pixels. One of the most significant differences between these two phones is the chipset. The Pixel 8 Pro packs Google's Tensor G3, which they claim is optimized for AI-based tasks. But when it comes to raw benchmark performance, it falls behind the other current flagships. On the other hand, the Galaxy S23 Ultra uses the most powerful Qualcomm chip available right now, the overclocked Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 for Galaxy. If you're looking for raw gaming power, then the Galaxy comes out on top. Still, in practice, both phones run just as smoothly for your everyday tasks, so unless you're a heavy gamer, you wouldn't really notice a difference. The battery capacity is very similar between these two flagships, about 5000 mAh. The battery life is much better on the S23 Ultra though, with an endurance rating of 126 hours in our tests, versus just 90 on the Pixel. The Galaxy charges faster too. With a proper adapter, we were able to charge it from 0 to 68% in half an hour, while the Pixel charged to 53% in the same amount of time. And the Galaxy can charge to full faster as well. Both phones support wireless charging, but the S23 Ultra also has reverse wireless charging. On to the cameras. The S23 Ultra has a 200 megapixel main camera, a 10 megapixel 3x telephoto, a 10 megapixel 10x telephoto, and a 12 megapixel ultra-wide cam. Whereas the Pixel 8 Pro has a 50 megapixel main cam, a 48 megapixel 5x telephoto zoom, and a 48 megapixel ultra-wide camera. With this extra zoom lens, the S23 Ultra is the more versatile shooter overall. When it comes to the quality, one of the biggest differences is the color science. The Galaxy will tend to give you more colorful images with extra punch in the skies and greenery. The Pixel's output is a bit more toned down, but not really drab, just different. Dynamic range is great on both. However, we like the Pixel's detail rendition a lot better, in particular on the main camera, where the Galaxy's extreme sharpening is rather unappealing. Zooming into 2x, the two main cameras produce similar levels of detail. The Pixel's 2x is noticeably more zoomed in than the Galaxy's, and the Galaxy's photos again have that heavy sharpening. Here's a comparison between the outputs of the telephoto cameras of each phone. Both give you sharp and detailed photos, with the Galaxy maintaining a grittier texture next to a noise-free Pixel. However, the S23 Ultra also has the longer 10x telephoto zoom, while with the Pixel, this zoom level is only possible digitally. Both ultra-wide cameras do a good job, but the Pixel's has better definition of fine details and textures. In low light conditions, with the automatic night mode enabled, the quality is comparable between the two phones. Still, the Galaxy has the edge of the Pixel in terms of sharpness. At 2x zoom, it's mostly a toss-up, with both phones managing decently. The output from these phones' telephoto cams at night isn't perfect, but it's solid. The Galaxy's 3x shots are a bit noisier than the Pixel's 5x shots though. At 10x zoom, darkness takes its toll on both phones, but once again the results aren't bad. The Galaxy's output has more noise, but better detail. And the Galaxy's ultra-wide tends to outperform the Pixel's at night in terms of sharpness. When it comes to video recording, both phones are solid, but the Galaxy supports 8K recording, which you don't get on the Pixel. In 4K resolution though, the quality between the two main cams is a tie. Both phones do a very good job at stabilizing the footage too. At 2x zoom, the Galaxy does have a noticeable advantage. The videos from the 3x and 5x telephoto camera are both quite nice. At 10x zoom, the Samsung has the upper hand, even though it's not exactly tack sharp. And at night, the main cams of both the Pixel 8 Pro and Galaxy S23 Ultra do an equally nice job at recording video. The S23 Ultra has a 12-megapixel selfie cam, while the Pixel 8 Pro's is 10.5 megapixels. Both cameras have autofocus, and they produce good selfies. And here's a look at the 4K selfie videos taken with either phone. So there you have it guys, two of the top Android flagships, the Galaxy S23 Ultra and the Pixel 8 Pro. With the S23 Ultra, you get stylus support, a more powerful chipset, better battery life, and faster charging. There's better connectivity thanks to DeX, and you have two zoom cameras. The Pixel 8 Pro, on the other hand, brings a smooth stock Android experience with plenty of AI-based features and longer software support. And you have a 5x zoom camera if you prefer this focal length. Overall, it seems that the S23 Ultra has the edge, but if you prefer stock Android or Google's take on the cameras, the Pixel 8 Pro is a solid choice too. Thanks for watching, and see you on the next one.